What's up guys, it's Tristan. I'm back with another vlog, and today I'm going to be doing another tutorial on these things called drone boomerangs. Now, what is a drone boomerang? Well, it's something like this. I've been seeing these on Instagram a lot lately, and the idea was originally inspired by Craig Adams, who's a huge YouTuber and a huge Instagrammer. And he even has a YouTube tutorial on how to do it, but he edited his in Final Cut Pro. Today I'm going to show you guys how to do it in Adobe Premiere. So I actually did this portion of the tutorial earlier today before the talking head segment, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward you guys to earlier this morning. And welcome to earlier this morning. We're at Strand's Beach. It is 7:30 in the morning. It's kind of chilly out here, but we're going to go ahead and start this drone boomerang tutorial right here. Hey, say hey to the vlog.
Hi.
So today, to shoot this drone boomerang, I'll be using the compact DJI Mavic Pro, my favorite DJI drone. I also brought my 8, 16, and 32 ND filters. Today, I'm going to be using the ND32. So when I film this clip, I want to make sure that the camera on the drone is tilted slightly down, just enough so we can get the subject, me in the frame, but I also want to get the skyline. So I'm going to go ahead and film this a couple times, see if I can get it right. Hopefully 1 or 2 shots and I'll have it, and after that, we're just going to throw it in post and make this boomerang. Now there's a wide variety of ways you can shoot this boomerang, but for the purpose of this video, I wanted Steph and I to be framed dead center. You do, however, want to make sure that your drone is really close to you because you don't want to reveal where you are just yet. You want to save that for the end of the boomerang. So once you have your shot frame, obviously the camera is going to be facing you, which means you're going to have to fly the drone backwards. So you're going to push back on the joystick but also up so the drone can go up. This will create an up and away effect for your boomerang. It's really that simple. So I ended up having to do this several times in order to get it perfect. The first couple of times I wasn't in the frame, and then there were some shots where my finger slipped and the drone stopped or kind of panned a different way, but I finally got the perfect shot, and that's what we're going to work with. So let's go ahead and jump into Premiere and edit this thing. Alright, so I have Premiere open and I already imported the clip that I'm going to use for the drone boomerang. So now I want to create a new sequence. I'm going to go to File, New, Sequence, and for the purposes of Instagram, I want to do a 4:5 ratio, so that way I take up as much real estate on the timeline as possible. So I'm going to select this 1920 and I'm going to type in 864, and we're going to keep the 1080. So it should change to a 4:5 ratio. There it is right there, and click OK. So there is your Instagram template. Next, we're going to go ahead and double click on this clip and find a good in and out point for the boomerang. So it's towards the end. I do remember that because it was the last one that I did, and I want to start it from where Steph starts waving. So right about here, I'm just going to go forward a little bit, and there she starts waving. So I'm going to hit I for in, and I'm going to go find an end point for the video, and I would say right about there is fine, and we're going to click O. So you click O for out point. So now if you drag your clip into your timeline, just that portion of it is going to be there. So I'm going to keep existing settings. It was shot in 1920, but since we conformed it to the Instagram template, we're going to keep the existing settings. So there we go. It's on the timeline. So right now you're going to go ahead and zoom all the way in, just hit the plus button on your keyboard and stretch your timeline out just a little bit so you can see that line right there. What we're going to do is we're going to right click on this FX right here and go to time mapping, because what we're remapping, because what we're going to do is what's called a speed ramp. So you're going to click speed, you're going to hit P for the pen tool, and find a decent point to where you want to start the speed ramp. So I'm going to do it right about there where Steph throws the peace sign, and I'm going to find a good out point for the speed ramp towards the end of the clip, and I'm going to stop it right about there. So I'm going to click P again. Now what you're going to do is zoom all the way out and hit V. You're going to zoom in just a little bit, and you see this line right here. You're going to click this line and you're going to move the cursor up until it hits 1,000, because that's how fast we want this clip to be. So I'm moving it up, and right there it's at 1,000. So now the clip is about 3 seconds long, which is good. So another thing that I want to do, I want this to be a gradual speed ramp. So I'm going to click P for the pen tool again, and I'm going to click my marker and drag it out just a little bit right about there, and we're going to do the same for the end of the clip. So I'm going to drag it to the left. There we go, right there. So in essence, that portion of the clip is done. So hit V again, And we want to boomerang this, so you're gonna hit copy. Make sure your clip is selected, hit copy, Command C, and then click Command V. So it's the same clip, but we want to reverse it because we want this clip to start at the end portion of our first clip. So you're gonna right click on it, hit speed and duration, and you're gonna click reverse speed. And now that clip is reversed, and you're just gonna right click and do the whole ripple delete. So now these clips are together. So essentially your speed ramp is done. You see how it ends, and then it goes right back in, all the way back to me and Steph. The last thing I want to do is go ahead and color correct this because I did shoot it in a flat profile. So what I'm going to do is going to go back to the project and create an adjustment layer. So I'm going to so click new item, adjustment layer, and make sure it's the same dimensions as the Instagram template, and there it is. So you're going to drag this layer down and put it on top of your clips. Make sure it's selected, and I'm going to go ahead and adjust the curves on it real quick. I'm going to do my whole S curve like that. There we go. And I'm going to warm it up just a little bit. It got a little warmer towards the end of our drone adventure. So that about does it right there. And I think that's it. I'm going to go ahead and render this out. Render it to in to out right there. And there you have it. You have your boomerang. It goes all the way out and then it comes all the way in. You only have to do this once because once you throw it in Instagram, it's gonna loop it on its own. So all that's left to do now is to export this clip. So we're gonna do that. So make sure you export it at a high bit rate. I'm just gonna name it sequence 11, and make sure you render it at maximum quality. And once it's done, it's ready to post on Instagram. All you have to do from there is airdrop it to your phone. And that's pretty much it. Very short, simple, to the point. It's not that hard to do, especially if you get those in and out points as perfectly as you can. It's very, very easy. Now, I want you guys to go out and post some drone boomerangs for yourselves, and make sure you tag me in them. I would love to see what you guys come up with. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I hope you learned something from it. And I hope you liked it, because if you did, you need to smash that like button. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel too. I post vlogs every Sunday, and that's about it. That's it for the tutorial. Hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. My name is Tristan Ervin, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.